Hey, everybody. It's Lance Dawson. I'm back with Andrew Stewart, and we're back in the studio, Backstage Lowdown. This week, we have Errol Starr. He's born in Jamaica. He lives in England. He lives in Canada. He's a singer, a songwriter, a composer. He's a JUNO Award winner. And for some reason, he wants to spend time with Andrew and I, which is awfully sweet. He's going to spend some time in the studio today, and we can't wait to hear from him. He's with the band Tribz. They've just released a new single called Memories, and it's fantastic. So you want to stick around for this episode. But before we head into the studio, let me remind everybody that this episode is sponsored by Look Digital Marketing. From stunning websites to full-service digital marketing, they help your business shine online. See the difference with Look Digital Marketing. Visit lookmarketing.ca today. If anybody shines online, it's Andrew and I. And another quick reminder, while I have your attention, please hit subscribe. Apparently we're on YouTube. I don't know. Andrew keeps me informed. This is what I've been told. We're on YouTube. So hit subscribe if you like the channel. Okay? Here we go. Errol Starr in studio today. Backstage Lowdown. Here we go. Hey, there he is.
Hey,
All right. Hey, Errol.
Mr. Errol Starr.
Hey, how you doing, Andrew?
Good,
And Lance?
good.
Yes,
I'm glad,
that's
glad
Lance.
that we were able to finally touch base.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's just been a bunch of crazy days. I'm sure you guys know.
Yeah,
not a problem
No
at all.
worries. No worries. So we're getting you in studio today, it looks like.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Are you recording now, or this is a home studio? This isn't where the band.
It's my home studio. It's my home office. Of course, I've got all my instruments and everything here, my drum, and but I also do other work. So my computer is one here and one here, and yeah.
Sure. I was
When I'm
just
ready to
doing
go-
our
When I'm ready to go
intro.
into when I'm ready to go into a creative mode musically, I just go
Shift to the right.
I
I just think
Oh,
about it
yeah.
backwards though, and kind of position myself as to which way you're turning.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were
Yeah,
just saying in
exactly.
the intro, Errol, what how multifaceted you are with respect to like producing and writing and composing, and then being an artist in your own right, and now with Tribes. So and kicking off with Memories. How's that all coming together?
It's been wonderful. It's been actually amazing. We've had a lot of positive vibes about it, positive feedback on the album and the single. The singles that we've put out. I think we were on our fifth one now with which one is that out now?
I said Memories, but maybe I'm
Memories.
behind the time.
Yeah, no, Memories is the latest one.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
All right. I'm up to speed then.
Yeah.
Or was it Long
and-
Black Cadillac?
No, that was before.
Okay.
That was before.
That was the
And-
previous band.
It's also a
Yeah,
song.
well,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
So the name of the band used to be Long Black Cadillac,
Right.
and
Love it.
we switched it all up because we recognize that we're all from different tribes, but we're all come together for one purpose. That's to make great music and help people to escape the craziness of the world even if it's for one song, to help them find some peace and find some joy and enjoy
That's
themselves.
awesome. Like
Yeah.
when I started to kind of think about your band, I kind of associated it with some of the great jazz musicians coming together. You know, your Miles Davis, your Coltrane, and
Right.
and just to make this fabulous music together again. And you know, where you had huge success back in the 80s, and well, you don't necessarily need to do this except for to feed your soul. It's great that you guys have chosen to come together and start creating again.
Yeah, it was I mean, I'm always creating because I run a music program as well, and I've got a music company called Spa Music Stream that we produce music for healing and recreation or relaxation. And so I'm always in that creative space as
That's
while
great.
my guitars and everything's there. But to be able to go out and perform, that was something that was sort of missing element in all of that. Producing, yeah, we could do that and make great records and great songs and even commercials and things like that. But it's actual getting out there and performing in front of people and seeing that one-to-one reaction, that energy exchange that happens with the people. And that's really why I got back into it full force, was just
Mhm.
because that was necessary. It's a necessary element of being an artist. I mean, that's how I started performing, like get out there. I mean, you can rehearse all month long, but
Yeah.
after that, what do you, well, you got to get out and do it, right?
It's kind of like putting it back in the box, right, Errol? Because, once you, like, we all start out practicing in the
Right.
basement or whatever, but once you kind of dip your foot into the open mic or getting together with some guys and getting a band, once it's out of the box, it's pretty hard to just walk away and
Yeah.
not do that again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you've
And,
worked with Earl Johnson before. You guys are quite the team, right? Is that
yeah. Well, Earl, I mean, Earl came out of Moxie, and even in my high school days when I started playing with my high school band, we were playing Moxie tunes, Rush, Moxie. It was all Canadian stuff. It was
Yeah.
great though, right? And it was fabulous. Yeah.
you were
So
doing that in England
no,
or
no,
Jamaica?
this is in Kitchener-Waterloo. This is where I grew
Oh,
up.
okay, right. Got it. You're a
Yeah.
KW guy. That's right.
Yeah. I grew up in Kitchener-Waterloo and went to WCI, and it's just crazy times.
That's
And
actually where we're both based out of now. We're both in Waterloo.
are you?
So it's
Yeah.
funny that
It's a
that we're all
hometown
coming
crowd,
back
buddy.
together.
There you go. All right. KW
That's
rocks.
right. We were
In the
just talking
house.
about how many talented people have actually come out of the area and how many amazing musicians have come through the area. So I think maybe that's step two. I don't know. We interviewed somebody. Have you ever heard of Rock This Town?
Walk this
You heard
town.
that? Rock This Town. It's a music
Documentary.
documentary. It was done. It was done here, and it was all about the number of amazing musicians. Like Elton John played the Bomb Shelter at
Right.
UW back in the day. Kiss played Laurier, right? So
I
that's
was
what it.
show.
You were at that show.
I'm telling you, that was one of the main shows that like rocked my socks and gotta be like these guys. They got everything, the flash pods, of this, the that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, my whole band went to that show and
Wow.
completely changed our whole thing. This was in high school.
Yeah.
And then we did Battle of the Bands. I don't know if you remember Battle of the Bands in
Sure.
Kitchener Auditorium.
Yeah.
We did that with Helix.
Oh,
No
right.
way.
Right. Brian Vollmer. I remember
David
Brian
Helix.
from
And
Helix.
what
Yeah.
happened was we had so much. We got disqualified for being too professional because we had our outfits were on. We had flash pods. We had a dry ice machine that we went and bought from Strand in Toronto. We had all this, and that's the influence that Kiss dropped on us. Okay, when we saw live production, we're like, yes, that's what we want.
Yeah.
And we brought it, and we brought it really hard. That Battle of the Bands, and we lost, but we knew who we were. We knew what we wanted to do, so that was all good.
Wow.
So,
Well, I
is
think
that-
this is going to be step two, though, because the documentary is about the number of musicians who've come through this area. But clearly, we should be doing a documentary about, hey, how many amazing musicians have come out of KW, right? So,
Exactly. Yeah, I
and,
mean,
and out of
yeah,
KCI, and Eastwood's got a big program.
Yep. I mean, who else came out through Messenger reggae band?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Originally started in KW.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, and Blue Veil, they've had a couple of breakout artists as well. So
yeah, right.
that's great. Now, are you in Toronto now then?
I'm in Hamilton area, Stony Creek.
Oh, okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Sorry, Andrew, I cut you off. You were going to say something.
No, I was just going to go back to when you're doing this in high school. Is that when your relationship with music and sound began, or did it actually begin much younger?
No, that's when it began. I was in high school. I mean, I was really doing a lot more sports, and in fact, I was doing hockey, and I was, doing all kinds of sports. My dad bought me a guitar one year, and I started rehearsing, practicing, learning how by myself. I had the books and everything. And he came by one night and he heard me playing, and I think I was playing "I Don't Know How to Love You," one of those songs. And he goes, "Wow, you're getting really good. Would you like to come out and try out for my band?" And he had an R&B band. He played sax. He had an R&B slash reggae band that played pretty much every weekend. And they needed a guitar player. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to check it out. And I went to rehearsal and I liked it. And I was in the band. And before you know it, I had to be going to the liquor control board to get a letter to allow me to be in the club. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it really did start in Kitchener-Waterloo. But I was influenced a lot when we were in England. I mean, I saw the Beatles, Dave Clark Five. My pop came in, all that pop music
Yeah.
just came into me, and it was an amazing time to absorb all that. And then we moved to Canada, and then I
Now
did my thing.
you were in Jamaica for a while as well too. How long were you there?
Yeah, I was born in Jamaica, and we actually left when I was 2 years old.
Oh,
So
okay. So you probably, whether or not you even remember it,
I don't
that's
remember
something
those things, but
else.
I've been back since. But no, I know it's not like, and I tell that to some Jamaicans, go, "You're not a Jamaican, man. Get out of here." I got my
Fair
roots,
enough.
man. That's where I got my roots. So
There you go.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Errol, when did you decide? Like, how do you I try to think about how to phrase this in terms of like music is so much of your life, but when was it always like this is it, this is what I'm going to do, or were you going through school thinking, okay, this is something that people do for a hobby? When did you decide, nope, I'm all in. This has got to happen.
Well, the universe kind of decided for me, meaning that in my high school band phase, we auditioned ourselves at our own high school. High school dances were crazy back then. It was every weekend there was a high school dance somewhere, right?
Right.
Sarnia, Detroit, or Windsor, there. So we were like, yeah, we could play all these high school shows, all these high school dances, right? So we auditioned at our school, and we were in this a soft seat auditorium. I'm telling you, it was like the Beatles happened or something because the girls were screaming and the teachers were losing their head. They're like, "What's going on?" And the people, everything was just crazy. And from that point, it was like the teachers hated us. That was it, right? And we did get a chance to play our high school, WCI. But at that point, we realized, you know what? This thing has legs. This thing can really take off if we treat it right. And we started booking dates, and they're all high school dates. And so sometimes we had to leave early Friday, right? And we
Right.
To
get
make the gig.
yeah to get to the gig and set up and everything. So we had our notes. You usually got to get a note from okay, yeah, you're excused now. Last period, you don't have to be here. Get out of here. So we all had them. We're getting ready to get out. I'm getting my books out, my locker. The vice principal comes by and he goes, "Where you guys going?" "Well, we got our notes. We got to go to this show and we got to get there early and set up and da, da, da. If you guys leave, don't come back." Swear to
That's
God.
crazy.
Swear to
Wow.
God. And at that point, we went,
Wipe your hands.
"We're gone."
See ya.
And
Like,
we
I mean,
did.
at that point, you're honestly living every high school boy's dream. One, you're getting out of school early, you're gonna
Uh,
go perform, and you've got all these young girls screaming for you. So it was the perfect storm. I could
That didn't
see
happen for you in high
why.
school, Andrew?
Pardon me? What's that?
That didn't happen for you in high school?
No,
That wasn't a thing. All right.
I'm afraid
Sorry to hear
not.
that, buddy.
oh, sorry,
It was
sorry.
screaming, running away,
Yeah, yeah,
not coming towards.
yeah.
It's
I got to
Right.
leave early a couple times, so I guess I can relate. Got to go to
Yeah.
the dentist every now and then.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No,
that's
it was actually a great time, and we played a lot of high school dances, and we started to really kick some butt. And what happened that band sort of got spent, and it disbanded, and I ended up moving to Toronto, and that was the start of me moving into my Errol Starr days. What happened then was I auditioned for a band called Harbinger.
Okay.
So it was a rock band, but they were in transition, and they were looking for a lead singer. And I said, "Well, I'll come in and do this, but we have to change the show. We can't just be a bunch of four guys standing there playing like this. Okay, we need a show." Thus, all the things that I learned in high school and GS, all that stuff. I said, "Okay, we'll do that." And before you know it, the agency that was our booking agent at the time, the agency started noticing, wow, these guys are really doing something, and they came out and saw us. And it bumped our price up from, I think we were making, maybe it was $1,500 a night to $3,000 a night. We were the highest paid bar band with no record.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
And
crazy.
this was Harbinger. This was 1980. Yep.
Yeah.
1980, around there. And I was with them for a couple of years. And after that, I mean, we had a long run. We did a lot of touring, a lot of singing, and I needed some time off, and I took some time off, and started writing for, I call it the Errol Starr days, and started writing some music for that. And before you know it, I had some people that were wanting to represent me. I didn't do the representation quite yet. I just needed some time and some space to write and get it direct.
Well, I mean, you're coming out of this working band, and I can see how you need time to step away from that and to actually launch yourself at that point. So you need to build your team up around you once you're ready for that. And it seems like, well, obviously we know the story that it was the 80s that you really took off.
Yeah, exactly. And we did the showcase. The real turning point of everything was the showcase we did at the El Mocambo. Well, I put the Errol Starr band together with some seriously amazing musicians, and we had everybody come down from the A&M Records. At the time, there was a bunch of other labels that showed up, and even management companies. They managed Loverboy, and they managed Bryan Adams. They were all down, and halfway through the night, in between set one and set two, I'm up in the dressing room, and there's a knock on the door, and there's guys coming in saying, "Hey, this is so-and-so from A&M Records, and we really like your set. We'd like to talk to you about signing your..." I said, "Whoa, okay."
Nice.
They want to get you signed before the next guys come in at the end of the thing.
That kind of was happening, because right after them, it was the management team that came up and said, "Hey, we really love your stuff. We think you have some legs, and we want to represent you." And I said, "That's great, because A&M just said they want to sign me. So let's do this deal." Right. So that's how it all kind of came together. Just kind of the universe sort of packed it in. I was just trying to make the best music I can and to try to do the best performance that I can. At the time, I didn't have any management looking in. It was basically, "What do you want to do?" Okay, we're going to do it this way. And I put the band together, and we rehearsed for a bunch of nights and did the show. And it just was amazing.
Once you had your management in place and your record label support, how did that change for you? And what were some of the things that you remember most from those years?
Well, it changed a lot in terms of who I needed to deal with. Management help did a lot, reaching out and getting bookings and things like that. A lot of interviews, a lot of personal just performances, just going places and meeting people. I couldn't do any of those things. I'm a singer, I wanted to sing and play my guitar and do that. So it was great that management stepped in, and great that they helped coordinate everything at A&M Records. And one thing led to another. We were getting ready to release the first song off the album, which was The Key, which was the dance track, which went to the dance pool and the charts were there, and it just blew up, just took off, you know. And I'm grateful because it's it's a crazy thing. I'm, an artist. I play all kinds of music, and I could have gone any which way in the music department. If I wanted to just do clear reggae, I could have done that. Clear, R&B, soul, that I could have done that. But I blended a lot of the stuff together, and yeah, for some of the labels, they were like, well, we need to, peg you down to what it is. We only know this much.
Yeah, we've heard that story before. Like, I mean, just with lots of artists that have been on the show, that they're creating something different. There's a fusion that's going on between different genres in one. That's what's actually getting them noticed. But then you've got the label that's saying, well, we want you to be blues, we want you to be reggae.
Right.
Can we fit you in there and have you focus there? But that's not really what got everybody interested in the first place.
Exactly. So, I tend not to want to listen to labels because all they do is they pretty much follow the trend, and they're usually late anyhow. So we were just, doing our thing. And after the first album, I'm grateful that the first album did so well, like 3 singles, and two of them were nominated for Junos, and one a Juno Angel, and so it was a great run. But after that, things started to, well, the label first of all didn't know how to push me in the right direction. I think they wanted me to be like Billy Ocean.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm more like Living Color.
Yeah.
Right. And it says, oh, well, I don't know if we're going to do that. So, yeah. So, I ended up kind of moving away from that, that center stage, and sort of falling into the background and doing more engineering. Wrote for other artists, produced other music, produced things for radio and television broadcasts. Won multiple awards for advertising excellence of commercials I've created. So it was like a side door. I went, okay, we're not going that way anymore. We're just going to go this way and continue in music and just, play. But it was the live thing that I wanted to get back to. And here comes Earl with his guitar. And I'm like, dang, let's do something. And he played me some of the things that they were working on. And the band, like I said, was called Black Cadillac, and Long Black Cadillac. And I heard the songs and I thought, this is really good. It's R&B flavored. It's got blues in there, which is right up my alley. And even, let's throw a little bit of a reggae splash in here somewhere as well, right? Which sounded great. And yeah, we started doing it. It was everybody loved it because we're well-seasoned musicians. We've been around. We're not young punks. We got thick skin, so we know if we need something, we just say what we need, and things get done. And we were just ready to go. So we're here. One thing that's not happening that we really want to happen is more dates, more show dates. Festivals, we did a bunch of festivals last year, a couple of years ago, but this year the festivals seem to have dropped off for some reason. And we're not quite clear on it either, but hey,
yeah,
we're making the best we can. We're doing other things. There's a docu series being produced, and we're going to be part of that. And so we're doing other things. We're also peace ambassadors for the UN. We're Canada's peace ambassadors.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, that actually I didn't know. How did that come about?
Well, I know quite a few people in the peace movement, and we were talking to them about just doing a peace because they have a peace festival. It's an International Day of Peace is on the 21st. And so that day they do a great festival and it's broadcast live, right? From all around the world. They have bands in New York, bands in France, in England. And it's kind of like a Live Aid thing that happens, right? And we said, yeah, sure, we'll do it. We'll do it because Canada wasn't on the board at all. So nobody here is doing this. So like, we'll
Sure.
We'll
Hands
do it.
go up pretty quick.
Yeah. So we did that last year and it was a huge success. I think we had close to 5 billion people peering on the broadcast. And
That's incredible.
This is going out through a company called Hubcast. They coordinated all these things into one place and piped it out. It was on X. It was even on the UN's website. That you could go to the UN website and watch this peace festival that was going on. And we thought, yeah, we could do that. We could do that again this year. And so we're looking for a bigger place to showcase this, and even bring on some other artists as well, not just ourselves, but just to show the diversity. And really, it's really what we're all about is that diversity, but there's unity there, right?
Right.
There's oneness in that diversity.
Yeah. Where did you perform from last year?
Right here in Hamilton at the Corktown.
Music's sort of this universal connector, right? So everybody's represented in different countries, but it's sort of this universal language. So just sort of,
Exactly. And the way I saw it too was like, there's all of this, it's crazy. There's a lot of different people here now. There's a lot of diversity and there's a lot of stuff going on where, if you really boil it down, the people themselves they want peace. They don't want to fight each other. They don't want to fight. It's the other guys up at the top, the wannabe thingies. They're jostling and pulling strings and doing this and propaganda that and just making the place a mess. And so for us, if we could, for one night, bring all this diversity together into one room under one vibe, that sends a great message out to the world. And I'm all about energy and energy seeking energy, and this would help to bring more peace into the world. So that's why we're doing it.
Well, that's
fantastic.
fantastic. Like, I mean, you have to be a certain caliber of artist to be able to go out and do something like that. Even though you haven't been performing as a band for some time, but then you bring tribes together, and these doors don't open up. These doors don't open up to new bands or even folks that have been around for performing for 10, 15 years. It's because of the experiences that all of your band members have together that opens that door for you to actually perform at a festival of peace. And I think it's often music that gets noticed and starts a conversation, and it starts to happen between countries. So that's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. I truly believe it, like you say, it's music that is the glue, if you could call it that vibration, that energy that goes out. It's invisible, but it's tangible, and people gravitate to it. Let's get them dancing. Everybody on the dance floor, go.
Where can people see Tribz? Errol, what's coming up? What dates are coming up? So people, at least from the people from KW, like where are they going to get to see Tribz?
Well, actually, we are shooting for, like I said, this docu-series that's coming up, and we'll be at the Corktown in Hamilton on the 25th of this month. It's one night, or it's actually a day. It's a Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
And if they'd like to be part of the production, they are most welcome to come down with their wild clothes and whatever and get on. Yeah. Yeah, which is going to be some fun.
Yeah. I don't I feel for you when you talk about the festivals. I did an interview a couple years ago, and I'm a musician too, and we were talking the guy was talking to me about these festivals, and I was the one who asked him, how do you break through into the festival circuit? Like it doesn't seem it seems really difficult. And he said, you know, sadly, they're not concerned about the quality of your songs or even your musicianship. It's literally how many TikTok followers we had
There you
and
go.
how many Instagram and like I was born in the 1900s. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you
There
know.
you go. There
And
you go.
so yeah, I mean, look, a year from now when everybody's back on the Tribes bus kind of thing, like, oh, these guys are back, and it's, you know, it'll probably be a piece of cake for you to be into the festival circuit. But,
Yeah.
you know, sadly, I'm every industry I'm looking at right now seems to be a lot more sizzle than steak. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
man.
Yeah, that was one of the things that we were told. Well, they're looking at your stats. What stats? Well, the ones like your YouTube, your Instagram, and da 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 da. And if you don't have that whatever they're looking for, they just pass. They don't care.
Right. Doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter if you've got great songs. So
No,
it's
no,
a little sad.
we're not quite there yet. So we're gonna have to, bump up the numbers. And the funny thing is, as a marketer, because I know these things,
Yeah.
I have my clients that are, pay me to get involved in this stuff, and you can buy all that stuff.
Right.
That's what's stupid about it, is that, and they do, because I know companies that's what they're doing, and some of them, they try to do that with us. They said,
Yep.
"Oh yeah, we'll get you on a playlist. We'll have all these guys, da 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 da," and we got it. Yeah, we got on a playlist. We went straight up, and we went straight down. What? You didn't pay it. We didn't pay long enough.
Right.
What?
Right.
That's the way it's working now? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, you spent too much time on writing good songs. You
Yeah,
shouldn't. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
So
sad.
anyhow, it's a definitely a different
Yeah,
um different system that we're in now. And
Yeah.
yeah. Well, good
you
for you guys
know,
to pivot. I mean, that's the whole thing, right? If you can't get to the festivals, let's do a documentary, and you know, it's all about
yeah,
pivoting.
yeah, exactly. And actually my documentary, the Errol Starr documentary, I don't know if
Hmm.
you've seen that, but that's out. And that
Yeah.
what happened with that is that it's gotten on Air Canada. It's been on Air Canada international flights now for about a year and a bit.
That's so
And
cool. What
yeah,
was that feeling like when you first heard that?
well, I thought amazing. I mean, it's done some really amazing things. It's been at a number of film festivals and won a couple of them. And it was all started by my nephew Aaron, who's a curator of this company called Vintage Black Canada, and they just take images and stuff like that. But it was also put together by Digital Sabbath, and they're a KW company. And they started working on this thing. I said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead, do whatever. Let me know what's going on." And they put all this stuff together, and they came down and interviewed me, and they pulled all my old, Errol Starr paraphernalia and everything, and they put this amazing short documentary of my life in that time, and it was awesome. I was very very
That's
thrilled.
yeah.
That does sound pretty cool. Errol, I'm not sure if you've had an opportunity to check out any of our past episodes. However, we finish each episode with an entirely unscientific procedure that Andrew does called a speed round. So we are going to ask you, well, not we, he is going to ask you some questions like shoes or boots, boxers, briefs, whatever. And
I will
you're gonna,
never,
you won't say
never
boxers or
ask
briefs?
that
All right.
question.
All right. Well, whatever. You know,
Just to be
whatever.
clear.
I'm just saying there's 10 questions. There's no right or wrong answers. It's all about you. And then at the end, we will have a deep, insightful, psychological
Profile.
profile
Yeah, I
of
Yeah.
love
Errol
it. I love
Starr. All right.
All
So
right.
here we
So
go.
let's get going.
it.
Reggae or blues?
Reggae,
Studio or stage?
stage,
Writing lyrics first or melody?
melody,
Summer festivals or intimate club shows?
summer festivals,
Bob Marley or Stevie Wonder?
well, Stevie Wonder,
Soul music or rock?
soul,
Recording at home or in a professional studio?
Recording at home.
Road trip or flying?
Road trip.
Vintage gear or modern technology?
Vintage all the way.
Attaboy, good
And
answer, by the way.
last but not least, favorite decade, 1980s or today?
Well, today I'm not sure if it's favorite yet, but I'll go with the 1980s. There were some pretty crazy, sick times, and a lot of exciting moments in the 80s.
That's
There's
awesome.
also a parachute pants, so let's think about that.